Welcome back. 2017. Goodbye, Psychopaths. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, please do so here, so our family can get bigger, and that we can, all join together and work out ways to make this world a better place by identifying psychopaths and basically giving them a wide berth. And if we're in relationships with them, how are we going to get out of that? If we're in a work with them, how do we manage that? If we can't get out of them, how do we manage that? All these issues have been hopefully addressed in my other videos. Today we're going to be talking about words and lying. Okay, this has been a topic that grabbed my interest recently as a schoolmate of mine who I used to share a very small class of 2 with has gone a different way from me in life and has become the Minister of Defence for the UK. Okay, you know, maybe ponder, yes. And he was a very bright guy, academically bright anyway, and together we studied Latin verse. Now, recently, Michael Fallon is his name, gave a speech at the university he went to after school in Scotland. And part of that part of that speech was an explanation of how the Russians use different words for lying, and one of these words we don't have an equivalent in our language, and one of these words is vranyo. Now, vranyo is a lie that you're telling somebody else when you know it's a lie and they know it's a lie, but it's a sort of almost acceptable, which I think he was referring to types of propaganda. We are the greatest country in the world, etc. Everybody cheers. Nobody has to really define what we're talking about or elaborate on that. We sort of know that in every aspect that we can think of. We're probably not the greatest country, but there you go. But it also applies to jokes, of course. You know, an Englishman, an Irishman, a Scotsman walked into a bar, and etc. And a termite walked into the bar and says, "Is the bartender here?" And all that stuff. Now, the person's telling the joke knows that the person that's listening doesn't believe that actually happened. Actually, that's what makes the joke funny. So is it a lie? Sort of, but it's not there to deceive the person. It's done in good jest. Okay. So those are examples of vranyo. Okay. And they differentiate that from this word loz, or loz. I think that's how they pronounce it. Any Russians out there, I'm so sorry. Loz, which is an out-and-out lie, a porky pie, if you like. And they differentiate between the two. I thought that was very interesting. Also, I became aware of this word called paltering, and that is a type of lying which people used when they mix the truth with the lie. Okay, and politicians love doing this. They even answer questions with a phrase like, "In reality, this is happening," you know, which is irrelevant to the topic. But what they're doing is they're then possibly going to either evade or hide a lie behind that. I think in his many utterances, Bill Clinton said, "I am not having sexual relationships with this woman," using the word "I am not" rather than "I have not." So these are, paltering is something that we should take care to notice, and somebody's trying to get in, sorry, and the dog, good. It's something that we should take care of and become alert to, because it may well be that professionals and marketers and lawyers even find it acceptable, but in surveys the general public are wiser than that. although they're difficult to prove in the court of law, as probably Bill Clinton realised, paltering is dangerous, it's Machiavellian and it's deceitful, and you'll now see it in many TV adverts, not mentioning any names, paltering. Now, all this got me to thinking, once we recognise this stuff, what do we do about it? I've said before in one of my blogs, I think I'll give the link to one of my blogs down here, but possibly in one of these videos, that the malignant narcissist or the psychopath doesn't have the same sense of humour in general as the rest of the population. They may put on a facade of humour, but basically they don't have a deep sense of humour. They're not able to laugh at themselves. So it got me thinking that if you are in conversation, conflict with a narcissist and feel belittled and gaslighted and shamed and blamed, why not start using some lovely words back at them, which, when I've done this, I found great relief. Okay, it's maybe working on a superficial level, but I looked up in the dictionary what are all the different words and slang words for lying. Something that you can throw back at them if they say something to you, you know, or you're a very poor at this, or, you know, you always cry, and, you know, you're weird, or you're a strange man. Okay, well, that's happened to me. You can start maybe uttering one of these words. So here we go. Sort of in alphabetical order, but maybe not. Taratiddle, isn't that lovely? Taratiddle. Ah, yes. Now, if you're talking to somebody, probably an academic person, you can say that, isn't that a terminological inexactitude? You can use the word balderdash, baloney. I missed out a few here. Bollocks, of course. Bullshit. I love the way some of the Americans from the deep south say bullshit. There's an added sort of vowel and added syllable. Bullshit. I love that one. Codswallop. Fantastic. Codswallop. Apparently codswallop was a term only came into popular use in the middle of the last century. I think it's a sort of very old term. Apparently after a soft fizzy drink, that when you cods, whatever it is, cods fizzy drink, and when you took the top off it, it exploded, called codswallop. Okay, but anyway, so if you're being gaslighted, just say to them, just look and say codswallop. Lovely. Crap, yeah, you can use that. Crock of shit, that's very popular down here. Oh, I love this one. Epizootics of the blowhole. That's an American phrase. It sounds like something come out of Oxford University or whatever. Epizootics of the blowhole. I think blowhole is this hole rather than the other one. Here we go. Gobbledygook. Yeah, that's good. That's gobbledygook. Just saying. And of course, you know, Robin, a strange person, nobody else thinks like this. You just say gobbledygook. Bollocks, I probably would say. Horse shit, I love that one. Malarkey, mumbo jumbo, piffle, piffle, pish posh, poppycock. Here it says poppycock from the Dutch dialect pappykak, literally meaning soft dung. I love that one. Poppycock. Pork pie, porkies, rubbish. Mustn't forget these ones. Shit, twaddle, wind up. You're winding me up. Balls, that's really quite a good one. Cobblers, from Cobblers' Awls, which cobblers use, okay, rhyming slang. Bilge, drivel, twaddle, tripe, gibberish, claptrap, there you go. I don't know which is my favourite one. Codswallop, I think, is quite good, because it's sort of onomatopoeic, isn't it? You can sort of codswallop, it's like you're slapping them in the face with a wet fish. So there you go, those are some words to use when you're under pressure, okay? You may even start giggling, which will piss them off. and they won't have an answer to it because they'll just look, what's going on? So thank you very much. This was about words. It started off quite seriously and it became quite silly. Bless you all. Have a fantastic week. Please, as I've said before, subscribe down here and follow us this year. It's going to be an interesting year, I think. And we'll see you later. Thank you. Bye.